Well, what's going on? It's Wednesday, February 24th, and we're here with our third installment of the Pure Rap Podcast album review. I'm here with MCK and Darneezy. How you guys doing today?
We're doing great. Doing good.
I was saying, who going first?
LA vibes.
Yeah, we're doing facts, man. Got to pick the LA hat.
LA vibes.
You got the LA
Got
hat.
the-
Just throw mine on real quick, man.
Got
Facts,
the
man.
LA.
Got the-
I'm on the
no,
LA
got the
with.
24, man, for
I
in
should have
honor
brought my
of
LeBron jersey.
224 for Gigi and Kobe. Had to throw that on real quick.
San Diego
Rest in
native.
peace, man.
San Diego native. I'll show my respects to LA, even though technically it's like a rival city, but I'll show the respect to LA because we got
We're doing the album review for an LA artist, man. So
we got a album review for you guys today. That's a LA Compton native, so we'll I'll throw on the LA hat for y'all today, but usually it's gonna be a San Diego Padre hat for the most part.
facts, I had to throw it on one time. That's why I put the Kobe hat on, because I'm like, I don't want to put an LA hat, but I'll put a Kobe hat on.
LA.
I usually rock the LA hat if I ever visit LA, man. But if I'm in down here in Dago, I don't rock it at all. So.
Hey, why you think before we start? Why you think that is? Why do people from San Diego don't really be
Wearing what? LA hats?
I always wanted that. I'm like,
pretty much like rival cities, man. You're right there.
Yeah.
Like especially if you're speaking baseball terms, like I'm a Padre fan. Like I can't be rocking no fucking LA hat like that. But I'm not on it, like team. I'm not on baseball like that compared to football. Like you're not gonna catch me wearing any other team hat but my Panthers, So
that's what I'm saying. Like, because we're not even Charger fans. It's like
not Charger fans rocking it. Nah, you just.
That,
I mean, I'm wearing a hat just to look fresh and go with the fit.
Hey man,
I ain't worried about the team and none of that.
With baseball hats, man. I don't do it with any other sport. But no, I fuck with the Padres though. But I need to take it off, man.
For that, he ain't so he got it.
With your hair looking like that.
Yeah, I need a
haircut
back on.
Back on.
You're right, man.
Man, that hairdo, he need a.
You're right, man. Yeah. I'll be on for this episode, man. But
please,
maybe when we're only doing LA, I'll rock the hat, man. But
you need the LA hat repping.
Nah. The LA hat is for LA. Dodgers. Fuck the Dodgers. Well, I'm rocking that hat, man. Fuck that.
Got exposed.
I ain't claiming that. Well, yeah, welcome everybody. Thank you for tuning in today. This is our third installment of our album reviews, and we got another album review for you. It was my choice this week, and that is Problems S2 album review. That the album came out in 2018, so it's been a couple years now. We're the start of the show, so now we're getting around to all the projects that we missed out on. So it don't matter if it's new or old. We're gonna be reviewing our choice of albums each week, and then we're also gonna have the audience engage and let us know what they want to do as well. We'll maybe we'll start a poll and have the people vote for what we do next week. That's the plan, right? We're gonna do it next week.
Yeah. We could probably. I mean, we'll talk after this, see what we could do for it. But I think we'll probably put up 4 and have the audience decide, like on Twitter and Instagram. So
yeah, you gotta let the audience know. So feel free to shoot us a tweet, comment below, comment in our Instagram posts. Don't matter, we'll check it out and we'll contemplate what we decide to do and throw open some polls and see who wins. But yeah, you guys ready to jump in this album review? You got anything else you want to say before we jump into it?
No, I mean, like, how long you guys been rocking with Problem? I mean, we're in San Diego, so we're right there,
San Diego. I mean,
I've been listening to Problem since.
It's been a while, man. I mean, he's been like 2006, man, going back that far.
Damn.
Yeah, I mean, he's been a while.
Yeah,
like
probably like middle school.
Yeah, it's got it. I feel like I've been listening to him since middle school.
Yeah, you hear Problem all in the old school, everybody in the functions, everybody bumping Problem.
With the welcome to Mollywood.
Especially when you drop like welcome to Mollywood, Mollywood 2, and then you get the separation, and this is technically the separation part 2.
Right.
But
and $1 Million Afro and Separation, bro. I used to bump those two to the point where it's like you gotta turn it off now.
Yeah, $1 Million Afro.
13.
Yeah, that one and I Am Street.
Shit, bro.
Yeah, I would always play that all the time.
almost 10 years old, and next year I think it was 2012 or 2013. So it's going on almost 10 years since this project's dropped. So
10 years.
I still go back to
it. Time is flying on us, man.
And that Rosecrans EP with DJ Quick.
Oh, that was an underrated project. I thought that was actually great quality of work.
Yeah, I mean DJ Quick.
Yeah, that's something I was sleeping on. He was playing that a lot. Playing that a lot. I remember that.
Yeah, DJ Quick still doing his thing on that project.
Yeah,
y'all ready to dive into this project?
Yes. Yeah, I ain't got too much to say. Just if y'all listen to Problem, I mean, he been around for a while. You know, LA artist, so he featured with a lot of different people from LA. So you definitely heard his name. Tons of bangers, party bangers, but sometimes he could spit some real too at the same time.
So, man. This is technically his second studio album, and it's released under Rostrum Records. If you're not sure, that's like when that's the same record label like Mac Miller and Wiz Khalifa was like first signed on and shit. If you don't remember those days, yeah, man, he has over 1 million Spotify listeners currently. Compton, California native, California native from Compton, Los Angeles. So kind of familiar. We're not that far down from them, being San Diego,
California. Yeah, we Cali. Cali got to stick together. LA, Santa Ana, all the places.
Regardless, I wanted to do this album. So I wanted something, something California represented.
Yeah, we started off with Buffalo to Gary, Indiana, to now we're back at the West.
I know.
I want to change the vibe a little bit because the first two projects are more different style compared to what they got rocking on the West Coast. So
I see that he broke the streak. It was out. It was a rapper and a producer at the same time.
The collab albums.
Collab.
I didn't want to do a collaborative album for the third one. I wanted to change it up
on these guys.
Straight weeks of collaborative albums.
That's great. Man. Yeah, it's a little versatility in this one. Get people a different look. So this is great.
Oh yeah, because when this album dropped, like 2018 is when I remember when I came back to San Diego and I started recording music finally, and I remember saving this album, but during that time I kind of stopped listening to like a lot of music because I was like, I want to do my own. So I'm like, I clearly remember looking up this album and saving it. Like I did this with like I think Meek Mill's Championship album. Like there's a lot of albums I did not listen to in this year. So when you brought it up, I was like, damn, like I forgot to listen to this album. So good choice, bro. Because this
Championship, because Meek Mill dropped at the same time because that was hard too. Like Meek Mill dropped Championships, like that was.
That's what I'm saying. I haven't even listened to it to this day. Like till this day, I haven't listened to it. So yeah, I got to go back in that 2018 world. And
you forgetting, songs and projects. Like, damn, I need to, catch up to what I was missing out on. I've heard in a while, but now we're here, man. 2018 album. We're talking about it in 2021. So yeah, we can dive right into it. Y'all ready?
Yes.
So the first track, it was called "About That Time," and it's harder because you don't really get that like much info compared to other albums, but I thought this was like a dope intro to start off the project. How about you guys? Were y'all rocking with this intro?
I was definitely rocking with the intro. That sounds nice. I mean, the way he was just going in. I mean, he just introducing the world. Like he's doing it for the love. Like he's doing his music for the love, but he's like kind of like the industry kind of ain't the same. Like this ain't the best. Sometimes it go in different industries. So you want to just kind of try to go independent, like if you can. But sometimes it's tough. So he's just kind of reflecting and just sharing his thoughts on that. But
yeah. This I like this opening track. I mean, the beat was chill, wasn't anything crazy. When he's talking about less about talent, about your grind, you know what I mean? I like Darnell was saying. And then I did write. The only thing I pretty much wrote down was it was that second verse. In the second verse, like at the end, he was like when he said, "Young nigga, keep moving, fuck them, just get the bucks, cause they gonna hate you anyway. The minute they don't like you, they'll remake you any day, and you'll be sitting puzzled like what happened to my pieces, and all your team be gone. It just be mamas, aunts, and nieces. Fuck these industry niggas. I treat them like polices. Motherfuck them, never trust them, but be careful when I see them." Yeah, I was like. That was fire because it's true. It's like if your team,
he went into that like, saying that he was talking to Uzi, which is I'm assuming Lil Uzi, back in the day or whatever. So then he went into saying that So I mean, pretty much, giving up on game to artists that are coming up, because he said it was, probably in the past, not, when Uzi was blowing up, but like probably before when he was on the come up, and then he went into saying all that, but it makes sense,
Yeah, nah, and it was real too, because like I feel like a lot of people, it's kind of a game for everyone, you know what I mean? Like especially upcoming artists. Like, of course, he was talking to him, but game trickles down to all of us, you know what I mean? Especially like, I mean, if you're making about just get the bus, because people are gonna, like your main family are the ones that are gonna like truly be here. Like you said, the mamas, aunts, and nieces, like they're gonna be the ones around.
Yeah,
all those other people are gonna come and go, you know what I mean? So
it's life, man.
Yeah, that's pretty much life. So
yeah, they just
that was a dope song.
Go for
good
your
opening
money.
track for sure.
Yeah, family always gonna be near you all the time.
Yeah, it's a dope opening track. We can get into the second track that had a feature on it, which had actually a couple good features on here. Like surprisingly, all the artists that he did have on it. It was pretty good amount of features on there that had some some talent. We can get into that later. Need D Weezy to say that. Thanks, man. Yeah, man. Hey, do it, man.
Why? Why? Yeah, that's true. That's that problem back in the day. I tell you, at them functions, man. They're like, why?
In the background.
No, that's what I'm saying, bro. Like, that's what I haven't listened to Problem in a minute. So I'm like, this brought me back to like back in the days, like on the parties and shit. I'm like, damn, bro. Especially this song too, right here, like in the beginning. I was like, this shit was slapping. My head was going crazy. I was like,
yeah, man. He had O3 Greedo on there. He was part of the chorus and the second verse. He didn't really have much on it though.
Yeah, that's all you need. You do the little chorus, man. O3 go hard on the chorus. I'm like,
kind of like, I think it was more like background vocals, if anything. Kind of like say a word over, you know what I mean? Like be like a word dubbed over whatever Problem said. Yeah, and they had that Hit Yo Ricky sample. I remember when that song came out too.
Yeah,
it's a Ricky.
The beat was that was the beat just kind of like switched up a little bit to make it sound more I guess more
there's a lot of instrumental transitions in this album.
Yeah,
which was dope.
The beat a lot. Yeah, I mean, did he produce some of this album too? Like, I
think
that's what I read.
I think every track he had partial producing. He had someone else with him, but he get credit for every track. I think, for what I remember saying.
Yeah, he came into the song swinging too, like right when the beat started,
right after that intro track,
he's like just want to
beat with the best of them, flawed on the rest of them. I was like,
never hit the ground when it catch him, even mess with him. I'm like, damn.
Yeah, I was like, bro, he came in like I was right when that started. I was like, damn, this could have been the opening track, low key, like. Shit.
Pretty much, like, because when a beat go in and out like that, and he's just saying like each line, each bars, like, bam, like the beat just go different.
And it was on point too, like he was talking, bro.
Yeah, my favorite lines are probably when he was like, labels, you want a piece of this and you better get your offers up. Because last time I don't think we really charged enough. 1-2 million. Like each one of my plaques say like 1-2 million. I'm still a lottery pick, like I want 2 million.
1-2 million. Yeah, that was cold. That was cold. Yeah.
That's cool.
I wrote that down too. that was fire, bro.
Yeah, man. I thought the wordplay with that was cool. But y'all ready? Jump into track number 3.
Boys in the hood.
With that one too. I wish the beat stayed. Like I didn't switch up. I would have rather had the whole song be like the first part, in my opinion.
Oh, and this track
in the beginning.
Yeah. The second part was cool too. Don't get me wrong. Like
that's
the music video is dope. But like, I wish it was the first part though.
Yeah,
like,
he did that for a lot of his features in these tracks. Like, like in this next track, he had it's called if it can load, my shit's being slow right now. Track number 3 is called "Fuck Me Too," featuring Casanova, One Take J, and Savvy Third. And we were talking about the beat transition. It changed to transition on the last verse to Savvy Third.
Yeah, that song was fire, bro.
Yeah, but it had Casanova on there spitting some savage shit.
Yeah, he made me want to
know that. He was like busting. Was he like busting rhymes on this record? Like he want to get you to get the strap on him, like
right.
Choose one. I was like,
first line. Casanova started his verse off saying, "I'm from the Big Apple. You could be a grown ass man. I'll still kidnap you."
Like, yes.
Like, what? getting the whip, like what?
Getting the whip.
Like whoa,
Man,
like this shit.
Giving him that 6ix9ine
like,
treatment.
Right?
Yeah, he's giving that treatment.
And
Like this man,
just throw him in the
using them words against you. They're gonna use them in court, man.
Man, he locked up too, man. He going back to his verses, man.
I know now we see why. Nah,
like, didn't you take this in that one track?
No, that's grimy. Free Mans, bro. Now, I remember when I remember when the song first dropped as a single too. I remember when I seen Casanova, like I was kind of confused. I was like, oh shit, Casanova, it's a different one. But I know at that time too, that's when he was popping. Like, you know what I mean? Like 2017, around that time, I think like is when Casanova
getting more buzz.
Yeah, he was starting to pop. So
yeah, it was like the set tripping songs. Like that one just kind of buzzed up.
And the Don't Run.
Yeah, that was a great one.
That's my favorite one by him, honestly. That song's fire. And One Take Jay did his thing too.
One Take.
He did his thing on the chorus.
He's always catchy.
Yeah.
That's why I like One Take. Like
catchy
as like hook, like his hooks and shit. Like it's just like
he did good on the hook, man.
So well.
Yeah, like, it gave me them vibes like that, like you said, like at a function or a party. Like if you know, back in the days, like back in the days when we were wilding like that, it's like I could hear the song coming on. You know what I mean?
He's like, oh, like
yeah,
like it kind of reminds me of like when Tiger had that Well Done 3, and then it was like that D-Loc, like that one feature, like get her though. In event when to get her though, like it just kind of reminded me of that one rapper.
That's like 2011 shit, man.
Yeah, that's so old, but like it just kind of reminds me of that, and you just like
it's always gonna be like that, man.
That like, same verse or sound.
Yeah, that sound's never really gonna go away, in my opinion. That the whole Bay Area got their sound. That LA kind of has the catches on with that vibe as well, especially with Problem, and Savvy Third too.
They had the beat transition for his third verse, which you can, if you realize it has the same. He pretty much transitioned that same instrumental on multiple tracks for artists and like later tracks in this project. If you didn't realize that,
I ranked them at the end. So
did you?
I ranked them at the end. Yes, I like when he said that.
I feel like that beat was, he probably like planned a song for that strict instrumental, but then maybe thought like, oh, I should just add these to the end of songs, like transition into this to finish off a track or whatever. It seemed like that could have been like its own song alone with that instrumental, and then the artist that he used each of those tracks.
A whole little cipher, like a whole little cipher track. That's how.
Yeah, he could have made it its own track, to be honest. But I feel like maybe like that's how they wanted to do this project. It's just kind of creative. You don't really see artists do that, so I thought that was kind of creative. Like a different style.
100%. I thought it was dope.
Yeah, if you haven't heard the project and you want to try to understand what we're talking about, if you don't understand what we're talking about, go check out the project. You'll see what we're talking about.
All you gotta do is press play, start listening to it.
But then with Savvy the Third too, he said one line too that like I just like the way he sounded on that beat. Like,
I thought he
wrote it perfect. He's like, she ain't got no cash for the gas, bitch. Uber. I was like,
it's a Uber. Even the hood, it's a Uber.
I was like, oh hell yeah.
I should be doing dance like a shooter.
Yeah, he was.
He was.
Yeah, I wish that was longer too. I'm not gonna lie. If it was a whole track, that would have been dope.
Yeah, that was a funny ass song, but it was still bumping though. At the same time,
I'd be bumping that in my whip,
Speaking of funny songs, the next one.
Yeah, we get into this next track, man. It was dope, man. It's called So Disrespectful featuring Diddy, and Diddy went hard on it, and then he kind of went like savage at the end, screaming in my ear.
Yeah, I think we all missed it. Diddy like hook like
we got LeBron in LA. I was like
you see it in its living flesh. Man,
I could hear like DJ. He should might as well get DJ Khaled on this too, like.
Because that's how he be screaming on here all the time.
But I thought Diddy had a dope verse in this project, this track though. When he was like disrespectful, took ball to new levels. The game time, let's play, boy. No Hugh Hefner. Baby girl, take a jet with a giant. Fuck one team. I'm finna buy the Jets and the Giants. Yankee and the Mets. Knicks and the Nets. Let's let her bathe in Ciroc. Now she dripping in success because
that's
Ciroc.
And then what he say?
He's the Jets and the Giants.
Buying the teams, he's trying to get ownership of teams too. Like I know he's trying to.
Well, when Yeah, when Jerry Richardson's when he sold the team, he was trying to say he's gonna buy him, but that didn't happen.
Yeah,
I
wish that would have been
they've
dope.
never had a bigger coin than him, so.
Oh
It's
yeah,
probably,
it's
it
always
might
gonna be
be
like that at the end of
Hedge
the day.
fund owners be rich as fuck, so.
Yeah. Yeah, and
Yeah,
now
of course.
Diddy also said what he said, the slick with my tongue, ass Cassie.
Oh yeah,
Yeah, I was about to say that,
barely
like,
yawning my damn Grammys. I was like,
you know,
damn, this
he had
man
to
is
say,
disrespectful.
I think they recently broke up too. When it came out, like they recently broken up. I think it was that year
Yeah.
too. So
That's what I'm saying. Like, you got to take
yeah,
yourself back
man,
to
being so
2018 with this.
disrespectful, man.
go back a couple of years, like they're not really together like that, but it's
Yeah,
it's
that was
wavy
comedy.
like King Combs fade.
Oh
Baby
yeah.
man's waves like it's crispy. Shit's like crispy.
Yeah, man, that was actually a dope verse from Diddy.
Yeah, and I was gonna say that too. Like, one thing is, I know a lot. You to get a Diddy feature too. You know, what I mean, that's a big thing. Like, there's only a few artists who really be having you'll see Diddy features, and then he's usually just talking on the outro, the intro. But to get a verse, you know what I mean? Like, you don't really be hearing Diddy verses
like a throwaway verse, but like actual like dope like
like
lines
cater to the
verse.
song. Like it wasn't just a throwaway. Like he specifically
throwaway, like
did it for the song.
Pay for a feature, and he just throws you some random bars.
Yeah, like, so shout out to Problem for that too.
Shout out to him and Diddy, man.
Yeah, Diddy did his
shows his
thing.
ties in the game, especially in New York. I mean, he's already had like he had hella New York artists in this album.
Yeah, man.
Yeah, yep. On the next couple
shows his ties though. I mean, the respect, and he's got the ties.
You got some bigger name cats on here. Like you,
yeah, big names too. It's not facts.
Yeah, well-known names that people know that they be rapping on really well.
Yeah, just Diddy alone, man. It's like
Diddy
some quality,
disrespectful track. Just the way it sounds, just the way the name was said. Disrespectful.
Yeah,
so Diddy was wanting. That's why he went hard on it.
He went disrespectful on here.
He's like, yeah, you know what? Let me kick a verse to this. He probably, I feel like that's how it was, low key. Like, he's probably like chilling. Let me do the outro and the intro. You know what I mean? And then was like, you know what? I got some shit to say. Like, I got some shit to get off my chest.
Shit to get off my chest, man.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, man.
That's funny.
Yeah, it was a good track. It was actually one of my favorites.
Your favorites? I mean, the beat was cool. Y'all, I mess with the beat.
Yeah,
was all right.
The beat was a vibe. Yeah.
Yeah, it was okay.
Yeah, it was okay. That was track 4 featuring Diddy. Go check that out if you haven't. But we can get into track 5. Is called "I'm Cool." No feature on that. I like the instrumental of this. I thought it was like something right to, and
yeah, he did sample the the SOB.
Yeah, I like the way he did that. He put that in there.
Like, little nigga back, and bitch with the cash. Yeah, like you know what I mean.
Yeah, I thought that was a dope sample to put on the the hook.
Yeah, that was pretty dope all around. He was going in. My mind different. I'm listening more, talking less. I ain't focused on ills. I'm talking the best. I'm talking wins. I'm speaking wins into existence. Thank God for his persistence. I was letting him know down.
The mindset you gotta have, man.
Yeah, he was letting the mindset going down. Like,
it's a deep track.
Them ills. Yeah, you always gonna learn from them ills. Them ills gonna have you. They gonna have you do terrible mistakes, but they gonna get you back on the right track.
That's like the type of shit I like hearing when I'm like, say, if I'm exercising, going for a walk, or like I'm at the gym or whatever. Like, I want to hear something like that in my ears, knowing like, okay, I'm gonna keep going. It kind of gets you.
Push you a little
bit. It gets me in that mood. Like, okay, like I ain't trying to take no L's. I'm gonna grind and fucking focus on the wins and focus on what I'm gonna do to get better. And so I thought that was a dope track. One of my favorites as well.
Yeah, and then at the end too, is just talking about how he just wants his kids to have a father, like just the shit that he was doing. He's like, at the end of the day, he's like, shit, I just gotta chill. You know what I mean? Trying to make sure my kids have a father. Like, I'm trying to be in their life. That was dope.
Paper and ink don't make you a book, Brian.
Oh yeah, when he said ain't buying how y'all look, paper and ink don't make you a book. I was like, that was a fire line right there too, man. One other one I wrote down too is where you say, though I'm still with the shit, each day it fades. So much shit done changed. Shit, mostly me. Drugs had me making decisions emotionally, allowing motherfuckers to get too close to me. Yeah, that's a real line too. I could relate to that too. Shit. Like, back in the days, just doing dumb shit, So yeah.
Stay off the drugs, man.
Oh, I had a sip of alcohol.
It can't even be the drugs. Probably people hang out with and shit. It just kind of.
I mean, shit. I was doing drugs back then too. I ain't gonna sit here and act like I was a saint.
ain't gonna be a hypocrite. Like, hey, I ain't do drugs.
Yeah, you know what I mean. Shit, it's like I've been there before. So.
You live and you learn, and
exactly, that's all it is, man. You live and you learn. So, like he's saying in the song, that's really what it is. You live and you learn.
Yeah, man. Well, we can get into track 6. That one was called Wild Nights, and yeah, man, how y'all rocking with this one? I thought it was more of a up-tempo beat.
Yeah,
up-tempo. Yeah, he was spitting like some crazy stuff, man. Some wild nights. I mean, going
the
crazy.
beat was crazy.
He was. Yeah, the beat was kind of. Yeah, it was going crazy.
Yeah,
like the way it sounded and crazy. But he was saying he was living in his Honda with his firstborn. He was saying, like, what?
Man was going through some hard times. Goddamn.
Yeah, hard times, wild nights.
Yeah, I thought one of a good line I thought was cool was he was like rich or broke, poor or rich, man, these going chatter. And that makes sense. There's always gonna be people talking about you, no matter what you're doing. You could be broke, rich, whatever. There's always gonna be motherfuckers gossiping, especially if you put your business out there too. So
that last.
You don't want your business out there, don't post it, man. They're not gonna know what you're doing. What they gonna talk about.
Yeah.
If you don't post your every move, then then nobody's gonna know every step you make. If you always post your moves, like you should just be moving in silence and make your money grow as much as you can.
Yeah, like
even
like
if you're
Lil Wayne
moving in
said,
silence,
man.
they're gonna say something.
Like Lil Wayne said, real G's moving silence like lasagna, or Freddie Gibbs, real G's moving silence like Giannis.
Like Giannis,
real G's moving silence again.
Yeah, it's like those are the two. I'm waiting for the next addition to that, bro. Yeah, no, he was talking like he was talking to stuff as usual. Another line I wrote down was he said instead of shooting niggas, I'd rather beat them up because if we pop, niggas gonna tell and I'm gonna be in cuffs. It's
that last
your
verse,
hands, man.
Yeah, like bro, too many
people
people
gonna be doing life bid if you beating up somebody, man.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Just what happened to the catching ones or even jumping people? Like, bro, I'd rather see people do that than quick to the gun. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
especially with
gun first all the time.
Man, it's like, bro, is that the first thing? Like
especially if you miss and then you miss who you even aiming at, and you shoot through someone's window and shoot somebody that was an innocent person in their own. And that's
wrong place.
Wrong cases where people be in their own home, people be shooting, doing drive-bys or whatever, and hit someone they were aiming at, and then they end up killing the kid or killing the mother or something that wasn't even.
Man. How much times have we heard that? You can't control where the bullet goes. You're only pulling the trigger. You know what I mean?
Motherfuckers don't got aim anyway, and then
they're not aiming. They're not in the.
That's
what I'm saying.
Like, what you doing dumb shit, man?
Yeah, it'd be too many people with guns that never been to the shooting range. That shit.
Shooting range. Right? Got guns in it.
Like to go to a damn range. Bro. Like if you are
pick up a gun thinking they John Wick and shit.
Yeah, it's like they thinking they the next hitman or something. Like
over here looking like the Equalizer and shit. I'm like, God damn.
Some Denzel on them.
a lot of motherfuckers be posting shit on like Instagram stories, Snapchats, social media pretty much, but they showing a fucking handgun like they fucking
Yeah, that's an airsoft gun.
Like they know how to use
it. That's an airsoft gun. They be looking close, but it ain't.
and that's the thing where it goes back to the line you're saying is like a lot of people think they hard and they want to show oh, I got a strap, man, but you can't use your fist though. You can't fight one-on-one. You gotta rely on metal to handle your business.
Yeah, and there's more respect and even if you get dropped or anything like that, but there's more respect in taking the ones or what I mean than pulling out the gun and
pulling out that steel.
Because if you get in the fight, it's like respect to whoever wins and loses, and then keep it moving. You know what I mean? Like because that's how it was back in the days too. You have a problem with a friend or whatever it is, you guys get in a fight. I've been in situations like that. You know what I mean? Even with families, like, yeah, I'm just thinking about just like fight, like you know what I mean? Like just fight. And once it's over, it's over. You know what I mean? Like you back to. And no one want to end up in some situations like, bro, come on now. But yeah, this was another banger that was on repeat. Like I had this song on repeat, so this one was fire.
Oh yeah, this on repeat. He was like,
I had this one.
Diamond Lane, we playing.
A few of these I had on repeat too, especially the Put It Down one.
I'll Put It Down. Oh, I thought you was thinking about the other one. I'll wait till we get to that song.
We'll see.
We'll
Well,
see.
we get into track number
Let's
7.
see.
Track number 7 had some dope New York features on it, which was called Chase, featuring
that's one of
Fab
my
and
favorites.
Dave East. And I
One of
thought
my
that Problem had the first verse, Dave East hopped on the second, and then Fab went on the third verse talking about knowing something the whole time.
That verse was trash. I'm just gonna say it now. I'm sorry, Fabulous. I love you, but that verse could have been left out. Like, or they could have gave Fabulous the last beat, give him the same beat as everyone else. Like,
I thought it was just one dope line because he had wordplay with it, but it was whatever. He's like, rap didn't work. Just know something. I'd be Robinson, could know something, because if you don't know, that's a baseball player. Robinson Cano. I thought that was a kind of a clever wordplay, but yeah, just the whole verse in general. Just talking about knowing something. I was like, okay.
yeah, like when he kept on going, I was like, all right, like, bro,
you gonna change it up. Like, if you started off with that and then you ended it like a couple lines saying what I just said right now, okay, that's cool. But like, yeah, you talking about knowing something the whole time.
Kept on going. That's why I was like, bro, this verse is not that good. Like, honestly, Dave East had the best verse to me, in my opinion, on this one, because I just like the way his flow was on it.
Yeah, I like Davies. Prom had a cool line too. It's like, the shit I teach ain't got shit to do with A's and B's. Don't give a F. I can't say the word. I did my thing with D's, and pretty much giving letters and shit. But yeah, I can't say that word, so I gotta what I
I
gotta go over the lines, man, because I
hope just watching them. We're sweating. Don't mess us up,
I don't flip up on that, man. But like, I gotta censor myself, so I don't want everyone to be confused. Like, what is he saying? Like,
just like the other guy that's always rapping those songs, like that one dude with the glasses all the time, rapping each other's songs on the internet. He's like, "Oh, I thought he said the N word." He's like, "No, I never did."
No. There's 3 guys with glasses, and one of them says something.
and that's always been like a debate. Like, I've seen online. Like, I remember like Kendrick corrected a fan that said it. I forgot where they were, but it was at a concert. But and then someone tried to defend it. Like, well, these artists shouldn't be saying it in their songs if they don't want people repeating it. Blah blah blah. I was like, it don't matter what you can sing the song, but you don't gotta say that word. Like, you can say everything but that. Like,
but the word. Yeah, you ain't really. Yeah.
I mean, man,
all the parents in the world complaining about it.
I've had so many conversations about this, bro. Honestly, we could. I think that's a topic for one of our episodes. Damn, I'm gonna write that down right now.
We're gonna write that down. Topics.
If you're tuning in, check out every Monday we got our the P-Rap podcast episodes. We going on episode 6 this Monday, so tune in on Twitter and YouTube. At P-Rap podcast at 8 p.m. Eastern time, 5 p.m. Pacific. Got to plug that in real quick.
Look, I ain't gotta chase these girls. Let the girls come to him. Yeah, you ain't gotta chase them, man. I don't give it F. I'm the thing. But yeah, Davies got the best verse. Fab verse, I mess with Fab heavy, but the verse was not. It was not hitting. It wasn't. It didn't hit me in no type of way. It was like,
you win some, you lose.
Only like that one line.
That one line. That's what I'm saying. He was gonna have one of those for sure. But
only like the one line. He was the wordplay with Robinson Cano. If you ain't know, that's a baseball player. So
the song's gonna hold up though, regardless, because of who's on it. You know what I mean?
Yeah, people gonna check it out.
They're gonna hold up. So, and also the beat was okay too. I wasn't really feeling the beat. This one was cool. I still liked it, but it could be a skip it.
But yeah, the beat was not.
The beat was okay.
Yeah,
it was okay. Didn't make the song go down a bit, but Davies hold it on.
Yeah,
don't chase
it. Problem did his thing on the verse too. So.
Right, man. But we'll get into track 8, which is another.
This is the one I was talking about.
A 2-part track. Yeah. The Way I Did, Ratchet Love featuring Nick Grant. Which you think about, it was actually had 3 different transitions, because Nick Grant's was the same transition as the other beats, for what I remember. Right, that was the same one. It was Savvy Third, and then we get into more. There's more later in the album, but. Yeah, I thought that was Problem had 5 verses in that track before Nick Grant took the 6th.
Had a whole lot of verses, man.
You got 5 verses. You put in two tracks into one, pretty much. You had those transitions. from the way I did the Ratchet Love.
That Ratchet Love.
I like that beat too with the vocals in the when that beat was honestly one of my
favorites. The transition to that, you're like, okay, nodding your head, like, okay.
Yeah, he just smoothly transitioned. I didn't even know I skipped the song. I thought it was
that's
you're still in the same song, like the way he did that. But I mean,
the transition.
Drugs bossed him up, let him shine, man. He was just saying in a couple of those verses, like, that money just made him shine. Sometimes that drugs, money could just kind of give you a little better life, even though you don't want to be in that type of scene at the same time. But that's the way it did.
This was one of those. I like the first beat too because it had that bounce to it. But this was one of the same thing like Darnell said. This was one of those ones I had. I probably had this song on repeat probably the most. I remember I even sent it to them. I was like, damn,
you're like,
what is this one? I remember playing this.
Like, I've been sleeping on this.
I was sleeping on this. Yeah, no, but the thing is, I didn't know who. I never heard of Nick Grant. So
I heard of him, but I'm not like too familiar with his, music.
Yeah, because when I heard the freestyle, I was like, bro, I was like, who was this dude? You know what I mean? Like he was flowing, so I wanted to see what his music was like. And it was cool because the music he actually makes is different from, like the beat that he was on, and he still did great on the beat. Yeah, but I think he had the "God Bless the Child" EP that came out, I guess, in 2020 that I listened to, and now I got a new artist to listen to because I messed with that EP heavy. It was dope, bro. Like, it was. So shout out Problem, for putting Nick Grant on the album because now I got someone to listen to.
Sometimes features help you out. You get to know new artists and shit you weren't even bumping before.
Exactly, bro. So
yeah, he was going in. Nick Grant go hard too.
He was fire, bro. Listen to that EP if you haven't, bro. Like that shit is fire.
I actually have it, man. So I'm gonna go check that out. Maybe after
I got on my records too.
Definitely listen to that, man.
Definitely underrated, probably underappreciated. People haven't checked him out yet, but yeah, go ahead, check him out. He's really go hard.
Yeah, man, go do that.
But that Ratchet Love, you don't want to be in that Ratchet Love, man. I want to be caught up in I don't know, baby boy type of relationship. You don't want to be on some. You want to be on that Ratchet,
baby boy, the BET movie that would never stop playing.
Yeah, like come on, man. You don't want to be like Jody. You don't want to be on that Jody Tyree. You don't want to be on that. Man. You want to be on a nice, cool relationship, man.
Yeah, man. What I just realized, man?
I
need to charge my fucking laptop.
Do you not have your laptop? Where's your charger at?
This charger has.
I just don't want to get up to go get it, man. Because I'm in the middle of this shit, man.
Go get it right now. Just go to the next song. We're talking about it's quick anyway. So.
Go to the next song.
Now it's called Diamond Lane. This is a 1 minute track. I'll let y'all get into that. I'll be right back.
Yeah. There was only one part in this song. I mean, it's just like you said, this is a 1 minute track. Not really much to say. You know what I mean? But he had one line that I liked. He said, hopefully you about your hustle like them bosses up in Oakland. And I got family, out in the Bay Area. My mom's from Oakland. You know what I mean? So that line was fire because it's true, man. Like there's a lot of bosses out in Oakland, even just in the Bay Area in general, you know what I mean? Like I feel like a lot of big difference from San Diego's out there, they put each other on a lot. And you see other people hustling, so you want to do your own thing.
Yeah, they be supporting each other out there.
Yeah, and my cousin's doing this thing out there in the Bay. My other cousins, got his clothing brand and everything too. So it's like, once you start kind of getting your own lane and doing things, more people pick up on that, and then they support you, and then they want to pay you for whatever your your work is or whatever your skill is. So. If it's working the camera or you got a clothing brand or you're good at making logos or intros and things like that. So a lot of bosses out there, man. So shout out to them. Keep doing the thing for real.
Yeah, man. So Diamond Lane. If you're not new, if you don't know, that's actually his Diamond Lane's actually his music group. His own label, I guess you would call it. So he
Diamond.
He had a sample with that 1 minute track.
It changes it from like the Y to like Diamond, like
Diamond.
Bosses up, Yeah. I mean, some people say like they should have had this song like probably a little longer. You probably would have appreciated this song a lot more, but it was just pretty short.
Yeah.
Just like a minute and a half.
You could have put like interlude.
Projects be having tracks like that, just a minute or so, 2 minutes, like slide in the middle.
We just call it Diamond Lane interlude.
Right. Diamond Lane, yeah. That's what he could have just said. Yeah. He had the lane. I'm thinking it's like a whole track, but
whoever did the track listing needed to put that.
Right.
Yeah. But it was all right. It wasn't too much. I mean,
this is a smooth little song to check out. You've been trying to kill a minute of your time, But we can get the track 10. I know this is Darnell's favorite track, man.
Oh,
and now it's called "Take Your Tights Off." Pretty much part 2. The first part, part 1, is very much off of one of his older mixtapes as well. Was it "Welcome to Mollywood" or is it part 2? I think it's part 2, right? That was on.
I think it was the first one, bro.
Part 2. I mean, I just remember. I think I remember. It's like a black cover, but I remember playing.
I just know Darnell was in the functions, turning up, swinging with some bitches to this track. So to part 1.
Oh no,
part 2. Darnell's tough now, so I don't know if he's doing it for part 2, but I know in the 2012 days, 2011 times, back then he getting down at the functions, man. You're telling us all the stories.
Yeah, because we were talking about this song before we got on here, and I told them too, because I was like, bro, I swear I heard this shit before. And then when you guys told me it was from, I was like, bro, no one, because I was listening to it the whole time. I'm like, bro, am I just tripping? But yeah, Eric Bellinger in that second part probably had everyone, all them girls out there taking their tights off, because this man screaming it damn near 50 times.
Yeah,
I was like,
another instrumental. The instrumental kind of slowed down when he came on.
Yeah. Yeah, this was for the ladies, man. So not really much for us to speak on, but play this if you got with your loved ones out there. You know what I mean?
Maybe next time
they might take them tights off for you, man. If you're lucky,
if you're lucky, it's not a holiday.
You're lucky, you know what I mean? Yeah, Valentine's just passed, but that don't mean it got to end. So I mean, keep play this song right now for if you're at home.
Welcome to
after this review ends. If you guys play after.
Yeah, nah. I mean, Ella Bellinger, he did his thing though. I mean, they slowed it down for him. I mean, he just kind of has that R&B sound that people. I mean, he good singer around. He's versatile as heck. So he fit perfectly for this song. And they dropped it down real slow. So, easy, easy. That's the Eric Bellinger. But that was great. Great little remix, I guess you could say, for this track.
Yeah, man, it was a dope part too. When you're in that vibe,
you're in that vibe. If you're in the function days, or if not, you just play this. Just like you said, play this with your girl or somebody you with. So.
I know Darnell, man.
You might get lucky.
Your anniversary coming up.
Anniversary coming up? Nah, no. I got no anniversary coming up anytime soon.
It's coming up.
It's coming up though. It might.
I know you keeping it on the down low, but
it's keeping it on the low. You know what I'm saying? They'll know when it drop. So I can't say that. So
man. We can get into track number 11 though. That one was called Karma. And I thought that was
yes.
You spent some real shit on that too.
Yeah. Back.
Yeah. I mean, definitely spending stuff life lessons ain't cheap, and free game ain't cheap. I ain't gonna tell you no free stuff and put you on game for free.
Yeah, man. He started off the track. He's like, "Can I live? Can I grow? Can I be more than what I've shown?" He's like, "I'm not a Muslim, not a Catholic, nor a Christian. I'm a leader. God, I still receive you."
That's real.
I thought that was a dope.
That's one of those real lines for real. Especially because it's man, you don't necessarily have to follow a specific religion to still, follow and receive the word of God. So I thought that was a dope line. You know what I mean? Especially for someone coming in the streets. You know what I mean? He's gonna tend to pray to God for certain things like that. He's just trying to grow, but he's still, I still hear you. You know what I mean? So as he's growing, he still hears you, God. He still hears God. I'm gonna keep doing my thing, keep pushing. So regardless of being religious. So that was a dope line in my opinion.
Yeah, man, I thought it was a dope way to start off the track, and this instrumental kind of gives you that vibe, like there's gonna be some real real shit spitting, you know.
Yeah, I was surprised by the instrumental a little bit too, because I was like, okay, like shit, problem.
Yeah,
hopping on something like this too. I was like, I mean, because he has a lot of tracks that are deep, but this type of beat was a little different. I feel like for a problem
Yeah,
tape, you know what I
and
mean?
he usually on his tapes, he usually has like some real shit, you know, thrown in there. Like even in
Yeah, he has
first
tons of real
separation,
shit. Yeah,
the first separation, it kind of gave me the vibe when he dropped a track called "The Beginning" on the first separation that he dropped in 20, I think it was 2013. It's kind of like the same vibe, and yeah, this is, you know, S2,
yeah,
so
yeah,
he
that's
has
true.
some real shit on here, and I know, I think it was like the second verse or so, or somewhere later in the track, he was like, spending time over analyzing lies, missing all your truths, rounding up my YGs and all my Snoops. Tell them tool up, time to bring them Oscars to them actors. Raw spelled backwards will be bad for you like lace backwoods, which raw backwards is a war. So
Yeah, well,
the
raw backwards on all you rappers.
so cool. You know, bringing the Oscar to them actors, pretty much. You know, actors win Oscars, and pretty much, you know, the fakes. These actors are fakes, you know. So
yeah, they all fake. It's all the mainstream actors, you know, they just they're not all real all the time, and they like them people always fake. Always.
Yeah, a lot of people in the music industry are all, you know, actors.
Yeah, and even just people that you're around.
They're not all.
Yeah, a lot of people be faking it, you know, faking it to make it type of a situation, I guess. He said another line too, where he said, off my growth, y'all eat, what am I, a farmer to you? Like that was dope too, because it kind of goes back to that one, you know what I mean? Like just, you know, him, you know, grinded, the bigger he's getting, you know what I mean? He's just growing, he's got his money around. It's like y'all are eating, but it's like, damn, like shit, what am I, a farmer to you? Like that was fire. Yeah, that was a cold line in my opinion. So shout out to Problem for that, man.
Yeah,
I want to hear more tracks like this from him too, because he has a lot of them. Like he has a lot of real tracks, but I want to hear him more on like I guess I don't know. I feel
commentary rap, like just kind of.
No, well, I take that back, because what's the last project he dropped last year was damn, what was it called?
Slipped up on that one.
Shit, I'm trying to think. Coffee and Kush Volume 2.
Yeah, there's a lot of the Volume 1 and Volume 2. There's a lot of real tracks on that one.
Yeah, like, Volume 1 and Volume 2.
Not even that much bangers on those, so I take that back.
Yeah, it's a different vibe with that.
Yeah, it's a whole different
vibe. I feel like it's more of the growth in them. You know, it's not, you know, like, you know, the back in his first mixtapes and shit, you know, with the turn up tracks. It's more like, you know, you're getting older, so it's kind of changing up on you.
Yeah, I feel like the more you get older, it's like you got more to say. You know, you got that growth, you got more experience, you've been in the industry longer, and you're just not in that street. You know, you're not in that same mindset or environment that you were in before. So it's like I feel like a lot of artists are, especially this much years in the game. You know what I mean?
Yeah, go check out Coffee and Kush, both volumes.
Yeah,
hey, that's kind of a dope invention, man. You got you know, you sipping on coffee, you got the little pipe on the side. You know, take a hit. Yeah, I can see people buying that, man.
Yeah, that's for you.
You got the heart racing, and then trying to. I can't mix those two.
Down, like, what are you drinking?
I had no caffeine.
Yeah, man, you could put some one of your smoothies that you've been making, put it in there, and then take a hit.
Man. I need BlendJet to sponsor us, man. I'll blend a smoothie on here one of these days if y'all cut a check.
Cop one of those cups, and then take a hit out of the handle.
Shoot, make it or something.
And that's kind of a cool little knick-knack.
Yeah, next episode I'm about to just be sipping out of it, send it to them.
Saibo, like
yeah, cool little invention, man. So if you're one of those people that like smoking weed and sipping some coffee at the same time, man, go look into that. But we can get into track number 12. That had some cool features on there as well. It was called, if I can switch, man, my computer's being slow. It's called Things, featuring with Khalifa and IMSU. He had IMSU on the second verse, but it was only like a couple bars, and then Wiz Khalifa had the third verse. Problem had the first verse in the chorus. Yeah, how are y'all rocking with this? Because I know Brian's heavy on I Am Sue, especially we were talking about the MDA project with Khalifa. Wiz Khalifa's cool, and they also just had a track they recently put out last week, like this past Friday or Thursday or so, called For the Low. So you can see they're still working together, so that's pretty cool to see. Yeah, how are you writing with this?
This song actually grew on me. Like I didn't really mess with it like that much at first. Because I wanted, and I want the I Am Sue feature. Like I was like, there gotta be an I Am Sue feature, you know what I mean?
Yeah, but, like 4 lines, yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I wish it. I mean, but they got a whole tape. I mean, what more can you ask for these two? Like, you know what I mean? But they got tons of songs together, so I'm not really tripping too much. But I wish with the features that they had, or that he had with Wiz and I Am Sue, I wish it was more of a banger. You know what I mean? The 5 on It sample was dope though, for the beat. But other than that, it was a solid song. I like this one better than the one with Davies and Fabulous, but I kind of feel the same way with,
like you're expecting more out of it.
Like I expected a lot more. Like with
some old because back in separation, he had tracks with IMC and he had tracks with Wiz Khalifa, where it was like some like type shit. So you're trying to get that vibe, like
I expected more from it, but it is what it is, It's still a cool song, but it grew on me. Yeah, like both of those songs kind of grew on me a little bit the more I listened to it. So
yeah,
I just like I got 5 on it sample. I mean that sound smooth. That sound like a real Bay Area sound. But I was definitely expecting more from I Am Sue. It was just kind of really short.
Yeah, it's just like 4 lines.
4 lines.
Just
sometimes when I first checked it out, that track when it first came out, I was like, "Is this I Am Sue's on it, bro? Like, did I even hear him say anything?" And then I realized that you only like a couple of lines, and then
he was like,
went back on that second verse.
Yeah, but
and especially when you see Problem with I Am Sue, you know what I mean? You're expecting a banger, like
that California bangers, man.
Yeah, and Problem and Wiz, like they always making like they had songs together, like when Wiz dropped like Cabin Fever like 2. I think there was like a lot of features, like they was going, and that was pretty hard. Like they was just going back and forth.
Yeah, they got all of them got a lot of songs together too.
Yeah, they got a lot of songs together. So I mean, this
I think Wiz is even on Rosecrans also.
Yeah, Wiz is on Rosecrans. Yeah.
Yeah, so they just really heavy, and they got really a dope chemistry together. This song.
Yeah.
And Wiz Khalifa, man, he's pretty much a household name compared to say Problem and IMC. So to still see him, collaborating with artists that are, you'd say more kind of underground compared to Wiz Khalifa's, name.
But you know, Wiz is always gonna be with these.
Right.
You know what I mean?
He's gonna be
and Currency, like all of those, like they're always gonna collab, like regardless of how big somebody is. I don't see Wiz as one of those people.
Yeah,
you know what I mean.
I don't either. Yeah, it's still cool to see. Yeah, we can get into track 13 though. We're almost, we're getting to the half end, the final couple tracks. There's a 16, so we're on track 13, which was called BLB featuring French Montana. I know Darnell was vibing to this one, when he's driving down
the street. That BLB.
That's kind of like the vibe you of the older Problem tracks, when you're at the function, fucking turning up and shit. That gives you that kind of vibe.
But
this was a banger.
Yeah, but he talking about his beat though at the same time.
I know. It's like,
I can't really heavy because it's like.
But when you say I got a bad little bitch from my bad little bitch, I was like,
yeah, like what? I'm like, this is crazy. I'm like,
yeah, poor bad little bitch.
I was like, yeah, I got you. No, this is like one of them bangers that's like, oh, okay, like it's a hit. Kind of with the song, he did his thing. It's kind of like, French Montana when he has a tempo beats where it's like, ain't nothing like
more important than the moolah. Is that the one you're talking about?
Ain't nothing important than the moolah, or like, ain't no worry about nothing. Like it just kind of just went. It just went with French.
I thought that was a dope feature to have on that track. I know at one point French Montana was like, "And when you see me, I be on," and that was a reference to one of Problem's tracks he had called "I Be On." That was on. It was on the Separation and one of the. So man, shout out to that. Shout out to French Montana.
That song's fire too.
Yeah, this is a hit. hit off.
Yeah, like I said, I'm not even a fan of French Montana like that, but this was a good feature like for him to be a part of because, like you said, he's only going to be on those bangers. Like when he's on a track like this, like now it's solid and does his thing, you know. Yeah, but that hook had me like hyped for no reason at all, bro. Like I just, I'm over here just like. I was like, bad little bitch. I was like, okay, like, okay, bro, this is fine.
Darren was talking about my meat. He talking about it.
You talking about my meat? Like,
I'm just like, at the same time, like, yeah, after that line, like, okay. Like,
why
we definitely hear that
function there. Why the first thing you thought of it? You talking about
why
meat?
That's the first thing Darren got to say.
That's what you got from the song?
Okay. That's what you got from it?
Hilarious.
You got to say on that track. That's all you got to say.
That's
okay. He ain't with that homo shit, man. Darren is getting it out there.
Yeah, I'm just putting it out there, though. That's all. It's just like,
I just couldn't.
Rocking with it. Hey, you know what I'm saying? Like, you messed with French verse, though? Like, he was cool.
Yeah, man.
I mean, with the song, yeah, it's like it's nothing special. It's just all you got to do is just make just a solid verse for a beat that's a little turned up like this. So he did his thing.
That's track 13. We can get into track 14, and that was called "Busy," featuring I think you say that Rucci.
I think it's Rucci. I never heard of him either. He was another artist I never heard of him. So I looked him up.
The track transitioned for him too at the at the end of the track. He had his verse, the same transitional beat. He started off the his verse like, I dropped out of school 11th grade. I said, fuck it, living life backwards. Benjamin Button.
You probably thought of me. No, I'm playing. That was a dope line too, though. And then what he say after that, like, now I got stacks and something about counting this money now, like. I don't know. I didn't write it down, but he said something like that after, like
he had like a different sound too. Like, is this his voice? I thought, okay, like,
he is an LA artist too. I looked him up. He's
like some fat dude or something. Richie,
is he fat?
Yeah. He's a little heavier set. I don't know
what he looks like. I didn't picture him being fat.
Well, he had like a tape. That's why he had like a tape not too long ago. I saw the cover of it.
Maybe he lost a little weight. Man. I don't know.
He lost a little. I don't know.
I haven't heard of him other than this track.
You're making it seem like this man is like.
No, I ain't saying like he on some fat trail or some ride wave, like or some Young Chop or something. I'm just saying like, he's like
Young Chop.
Young Chop. I forgot about that dude, man. Shit.
Shout out Young Chop, man.
Young Chop on the beat.
All I remember last thing I heard from him, he's like tripping on social media.
He be wilding out, man. All these dudes
like Chief Keep Days and shit.
This song was dope though. Like I messed with both the verses that he had. I liked a lot of the beat choices that Problem had on this album, and this was one of the beats that I liked a lot. Probably, I'll say it's probably one of my favorite beats on the track. And I like how we make kind of like the hook to transition into the verses. Like each one where he says something about like, had my second kid before I turned 22. What am I supposed to do? And then like just dropped into the verse. The next one where he said like, I made a meal. I need like what you say, see my first meal before I turned 32. And then the first one says something about his women in my grandma's 82. So I just like the way he
putting those
wordplay.
I just like the way the chorus kind of went into the verses. So that was dope. And the third artist to go on that freestyle beat.
And you get another one. The next track had the same thing. That was called track 15. It's called Multiply, featuring Mozzie and Corday, YBN Corday.
It's Corday, not YBN. He
not YBN.
He ain't with
that out there.
He ain't with that no more.
I think he's just.
I need to delete that. I saw
he's becoming a household name, man. He don't need that part.
He's doing his own thing. Some people got to break apart. They're not going to stay with the same group. So
I ain't familiar with it, man. I just remember his name being that, so I just typed it.
You good. I'm just letting.
I think this was a little after. Because on the album it does say YBN. So he was still. This was 2018. So this is like recent. Yeah, this is not that long ago.
I know, but I just want to let them know now. Like that's
you tripping on it, man. You giving me shit.
Did you pick YBN, bro? No, I get not angry, bro. You're pissing me off, bro. If I see that YBN on the woman, no.
YBN. Nah,
Yeah,
he's got
man,
his own lane. He got his own projects. That's why. Nah, but I mess with him heavy. That's why. It's pretty dope.
Yeah, man. But yeah, the track started off with the hook from Problem, and then you got Mozzie on the first verse, Problem on the second, and then the track transitioned to that that instrumental we've been talking about for Cordae's verse, which they did it for what was this, like the fourth track? I think there's 4 tracks that
Yeah, he was the fourth one. He was the fourth one.
Yeah, so there's 4 of them. So
the last but not least.
The last but not least, yeah. But yeah, track 15. Yeah, how y'all rocking with this joint?
Yeah, I messed with this one. Yeah, the track was fire, and I messed with Mozzie heavy. Like, so I knew, having Mozzie on the first verse, like, I knew he was gonna go in regardless. You know what I mean? Like, Mozzie. I don't know if I even heard of that verse by Mozzie yet. But I like the end of I like the chorus in general, but I like the last part that he said when he said, "Until my baby's not to cry, just give them each 100 racks, then look them in the eye. Say if you say anything." I messed up when I wrote this. Wait, let me see what you say. Until my baby's not to cry, just give them each 100 racks, then look them in the eye. Say if you anything like your pops, you're gonna make it multiply. So that was dope. You know what I mean? Like he was talking about like, putting legend on his tombstone. You know what I mean? Like my daughters don't gotta cry. Just give them this money that I made. You know what I mean? Like just keep it growing. You know what I mean? Keep doing your thing. Like
a dope. No, it was a dope instrumental too. And yeah, dope hook. Mozzie did his thing. Prom did his thing. Cordae did his thing.
Yeah, Cordae had a line too when he said, all these fake ass niggas on the in this industry being real is one way to gain enemies quick.
You only get gains. I like Mozzie how you referenced like above the rim. He's like balling above the rim. Got my gym, been raw, run up the duffel bag. I'm on my all year long. Like, yeah, definitely. Hey, above the rim.
I showed him the shop at Neiman's instead of Nordstrom. I was like, okay.
Oh yeah. You said Neiman's better than Nordstrom's. Yeah, just because you had Nordstrom.
I know that Nordstrom.
Hey, Nordstrom rack for some. Hey, they on that clearance way. Sometimes they can't get the high end.
Take that Nordstrom rack to Neiman's.
I don't shop at stores that have discount stores.
Discount stores. I shop at the real stores, bro. I'm not balling like me, but yeah, Cordae definitely did this thing on here, like how I would think it would be. Like he did this thing, real versed it.
Yeah, man. That was track 15. That's the last track of features, which again I thought I had some dope features on this project. Before we get into the outro track, the final track, it had some good features, had some good tracks in it. Like I think it was a pretty good body of work. I think I like the intro, the last track. I liked it a lot too. I felt like he was spending some real shit on that too, and that was the title of the project called S2. So he saved the title track for last. I liked how he started off the verse in the final track. He's like, God to all you atheists driving under the stars, keep eagles for any patriot trying to take an L. So you talk about
2018 bars.
2018 Patriots lost to the Eagles and all that. And,
that's a fire line though. That's a fire line. Keep that Desert Eagle on them.
Desert Eagle, like the Eagles taking Patriots L's.
And I like how he said too. My fault. I like how he said in the beginning when he said every project needs a moment like this. Like before, like like just when he's talking in the beginning. As soon as he came in.
He's said that multiple tracks too in the past. Like when he's gonna spit on some real shit, like he'll start off the track like that.
So that's fire then.
He also said something later on in the track. He's like, Grammy nod. They say I lost. I tell them how. When I put my mom on a red carpet, shit. Look at her smile. I mean, he's still winning even though you lose. And that goes back to like I remember when Drake was talking at the Grammys, talking about like even though you ain't winning the awards, it's just be nominated. You're still still winning.
100%.
So, and then the track transitioned, and he's like, it's Diamond Lane for life. That's on my kids, but on the real, some of my kids I see more than the others, and it's my fault. I ain't gonna keep blaming them others. So it's like just looking at like the the mistakes you make as a father, because not everyone's perfect, you know.
Yeah,
I like that track changes.
Yeah, what was that line that he said? He said, about the daughters.
He said it's diamond life. That's on my kids, and then he's like, but on the real, some of my kids I see more than the others, and it's my fault. I ain't gonna keep blaming their mothers because I'm assuming his, baby mother.
Baby mama
Yeah, he had another line. I don't know if it was this song or if it was another one, but he also said something like hard raising your daughters when you don't
respect their mother.
Yeah, when you don't respect their mother.
Before, that was
that was a track, a couple tracks. I think that was on Karma, maybe. I think.
Yeah, it might have been Karma. Yeah. He was saying some real stuff, especially in this S2 song. Like he went deep. Like he was talking about all that.
He went in.
And that beat switch. That beat switch was fire.
That's probably my favorite beat switch.
Yeah, me too. Because I like the second. I like the second beat a lot. Like it gave me something that I felt like that's the type of beat I would have wrote to. Like I like that beat a lot. So
yeah, I thought it was a good outro. I mean, that could have been even the intro. Like I felt like it could have been that too.
Yeah, it was a good intro, but to me, it was a better closer. Like
I feel like
he started out with the closing. It was perfect. Perfect closing track.
Yeah, it could have been. I think it could have been an opener or a closer, but I think it went well with the close. But it's a closing track, unless if you had another track that was just as good to put as the outro, you could put that as the intro. But it's the title of the project. But to put it out, put the final track as the the title name for the final track. It was a good track.
It was great. I mean, he shot out Power for those people watching. He's like, it's a big rich town. I just came from the darkness. Recipe to Dev, Feel Power and Ghost. And he was saying, put 50 Cent on your head like Power and Ghost. They full of la la la. Carmelo through all the thunder. He goes, la la la. People watch the show.
Yeah, I thought that was a dope line, but I was gonna save that for one of you guys to say.
I didn't write that down, but I know exactly what line you're talking about.
Yeah, I didn't want to take the whole track.
It was getting crazy, and then
let Darnell get some shine. So that'd be Darnell's line to say. He can relate. He watches all those shows.
I watch his Power, man. It's crazy show.
I haven't watched Power. Man.
Got like freaking I don't know, like 9 seasons. I don't. It's crazy. They on a whole different chapter. Ghost book.
Yeah, I be hearing people talk about. I be hearing a lot of ghost lines, man. I hear that, bro. Like it's a little too much. All right, like I don't even know what. And the thing is, I never watched the show, so I never get any of these lines. I'm like, bro, what?
Man, fuck. Speaking of TV shows, not Power, but do they still have that show with what's that guy's name from? I was gonna say Hustle and Flow. Oh, that Terrence Howard. Terrence Howard, right? That's on that one TV show.
You talking about
Empire.
Yeah, I think it still comes out. Yeah.
When I think of Power, I was thinking of that Empire show, and I totally forgot about that. Yeah. They still show up?
Yeah, I think
it's still going or what. I just totally forgot about it. Just wanted to see if y'all had the answer.
Yeah. I think it's still a thing.
I ain't never watched that show. That's the weird. I ain't never watched that show.
I watched that one like the first. Yeah, my mom was heavy into that show, but I watched it when it first came out, and I thought it was actually dope. Like it was pretty dope. But I have no idea what's going on now. I haven't watched it.
What's going on now?
Yeah.
I just remember hearing about the show. I never watched it. I don't watch Power either. I mean, I don't really watch TV that much these days to begin with. So
for real, I just be watching random like Drake and Josh highlight reruns and shit.
All I watch is football.
I be watching anime, man. That's pretty much it.
Yeah, I can't. Me and Darnell can't relate to that.
Be watching it like that.
Some anime fans, man.
The anime
sleeping. Y'all are sleeping.
Well, yeah, man. That was the that's pretty much the S2 album review. We can get into that was the final track 16, 1 through 16, going through the whole project. Now we can get into the rating and what you guys would rate this album. I know the first project we did was Benny the Butcher. We did his what was the fucking called again?
Burden of Proof.
Oh yeah, Burden of Proof. I was like, shit, what is the title again? Like, we did that album review. Then we did Freddie Gibbs album review. Both of them were collaborative albums. And
Bandana.
Now we on our Bandana. Now we on our third album review. That's pretty much it. And then we can get into our ratings because that's what we've been doing after each project. And I'll let you start off first. No, I'll let you start off. What would you give the rating out of 10?
Oh shoot. It's just tough. You know, I mean,
I know we haven't given anything less than a 9. The first 2 projects we can give at least a 9.
9.
So I want to know if you're gonna go less or you're gonna go high, like more. Like I'm curious, man. You're gonna give it an 8? Like I'm kind of curious.
I'm gonna get it like kind of like an 8.5. Like
right, we got our first 8 in there. We got it for 8.5.
8.5.
How about you, Caleb?
I'm going last. I'm letting you go next. Again. It was my choice, so I'm letting me go last.
All right, that makes sense. Give it an 8.5. 8.5.
Give it 8.5.
Damn.
What y'all think?
Nah, man. I mean,
that's a fair rating. That's a fair rating, man. I think anything 8 and above is good, so I'll take anything 8 and above.
I played it in 2018. I haven't really went back to it. That's all I'm saying. But it's a good body of work from this.
Yeah, 100%.
But I mean, I think just fair in a way is just like 8.5. Give me a little bit of both. Probably could have been a little versatile more. Just might add some more unique beats that I like per se. But I just kind of gave it kind of that rating, 8.5, close to 9 though.
I give that a fair rating.
Yeah, 8.5 is that's hella good regardless.
So good quality of work. It's still something you need to check out. So go ahead and
to me, anything like 7 and up is like you did solid.
7's like the lowest, decent work, good work.
Yeah,
my opinion.
Anything lower than that,
that's where you're getting to like
the 6. I
can't wait to the good tracks, but the majority of it wasn't that great,
Right.
Yeah. MCK, what would you rate this album?
Yeah, I mean, this album had a lot of bangers. To me, it had a lot of replay value, in my opinion. And I wish I listened to it back in 2018 when I saved the album, but I didn't. But listen to it now in 2020. I mean, that's 2 years. That's 2021. That's 2 years later. I guess technically 2 years later, but depending on whenever it dropped. But to me, I felt like I had a lot of replay value because if I could listen to these songs now, like I mean, I still listen to a lot of old, problem songs from like The Separation and Welcome to Mollywood and all stuff like that. So, he's always gonna have those bangers where you could go back and listen to. Although I think there were a few skips on this album. Like I liked every song on the track, but there were some skips where I would be like I could listen to it.
I don't feel like listening to this right now.
I wouldn't. There's a few songs I wouldn't go back to. Like I'm not going back to the Fabulous track. I probably won't go back to the I Am Sue Wiz Khalifa track. Like there's a few things I wouldn't go back to, in my opinion. So I gave it a 7.5, just for those reasons, because I love like there's songs that like I actually like a lot on this album all the way through. I think you could listen to this album all the way through. But like I said, the only reason I give it 7.5 is kind of like Darnell says, some of the beats kind of it could have been better. I think it just dropped the ball with some of the features. I feel like especially big name features like that. I feel like those were some of the tracks with like that were the ones that could have been something totally different. But yeah, I give it a 7.5, which is I like there's a lot of albums and mixtapes that I like better than this one anyways. I would rate higher. So 7.5 still, you know what I mean? Still solid.
Yeah, a 7.5. I could see the why you would, and I see the 8.5 from Darnell. I'll go right in the middle and give it an 8. I'd probably give it an 8.5, 9 if the features like you said with the features with Wiz Khalifa and I Am Sue, and then you got the Davies and Fab. Like they're decent tracks, but the thing you got like you got Wiz Khalifa on the joint, you got Davies and Fab on the joint. You think you think it was gonna be bigger than what it was, like something worth remembering, Which I mean, good for him. You got those those bigger name artists on there, so salute to that. But and that's the reason why I wouldn't give it up to a 9. I give it an 8. I'll split in the middle. I see both of you guys' points from 7.5 to 8.5, so I'll go dead squat in the middle at 8, which 8's still great. Still a project you should listen to. So if you haven't went and checked it out, because problem's not as big as you say Freddie Gibbs or Benny Butcher's getting bigger. So
I mean, those are different
some new music to listen to.
Yeah,
if you need some new music to listen to that's not new, you can go ahead and check this out.
You got guys like Madlib and Hit Boy, doing your whole album, so it's like it's
big producers.
Yeah, those are big names, you know what I mean? So of course, we're probably gonna rate it a little bit higher, and especially because those were considered, some of the top albums in hip hop. But at the end of the day,
Freddie Gibbs got like a Grammy nod for one of his albums for what was it?
I believe,
He got a Grammy nod this
Alfredo,
year, right?
I
For
believe
Alfredo,
Alfredo.
yeah. I was like, it's some pasta. Like I can't remember what the fuck it was called, but yeah, Alfredo.
It's some pasta. He said, "Is it fettuccine? Is it spaghetti?"
What was it?
Yeah.
What the fuck was it?
Smelling about
Like,
to
I
go
can
to the
see the
Olive
picture
Garden.
in my head. I see the noodles and the plate. Like I can't remember the
Smelling
fucking
about to go to Olive Garden and start looking through the menu and just, God,
Yeah.
I
like
don't
which
even know
one
the
was
name.
it?
Yeah,
But
no,
yeah,
but
man.
7.5. What you said? 7.5, 8, 8.5. Solid.
Oh,
Yeah, man.
Still a
Still
great
solid
quality.
quality of work.
he
You
chose
know,
that.
and we might have not been big on those features, but one of you guys might have actually, fuck with it. So go ahead and don't just go off our opinion and go off your own and go out of your way to go listen to it, because there are some good tracks on there, and then the tracks we're not too fond of, you could be fond of. So you might think it's a great quality of work. It's really your opinion. You can give it a 10. Well, we give it a different rating.
Yeah, one more thing too before we sign off. Forgot to rate out of the four. Savvy the third.
Oh yeah, you need to do that, man.
Grant, Corday, and Rucci. I think that's how you pronounce the name, Rucci. That would be the only way I would see it being
Because
pronounced.
you
I
got
don't know,
Gucci with Gucci, so you think with the
but
R,
yeah, I'm like,
Gucci,
yeah, right. Yeah, but I actually had Savvy the third first, only because I felt like he sounded the best on that beat. Like that beat was like perfect for his voice. You know what I mean? And he was talking slick. Like the stuff he was talking on it was dope. I had Nick Grant second. I would have picked Nick Grant first, but I just put Savvy the third because I like the way he sounded better. But yeah, then I had Nick Grant, then I had Corday, and then Rucci. So that was my order of. If it was a cipher, I would have been like,
it was like one whole
yeah.
Cypher. Yeah, Corday was up there for sure. Corday. And then you got Nick Grant. That was dope. And then Davies. You got Davies on there.
No, we're talking about the people who did the last beat, the freestyle, like Savvy the third.
Pretty much like the transition beat at the end of those tracks.
Oh.
Yeah. Like those little
Davies didn't get that.
It's a transition.
Yeah.
I thought you were talking about the features alone. I thought you were talking about that.
Oh no. Yeah, no, we're just talking about the like that little cipher beat that they put at the end. Like there was just those four.
There's only 4 tracks like that with 4 different artists. So yeah, man, I thought that was a creative, kind of a creative aspect to change up your project. I don't really think any artists really do that. So I mean, I thought that was kind of a clever way to
that was one of the
tracks.
best parts of the album, in my opinion.
Yeah, because I remember when I first listened, I was like, "Wait, didn't I hear this fucking instrumental before?" Like when they when it transitioned to the beat, and then I was like,
"Oh, I did
this shit. Like, why is it popping up again? Like, why is it coming up again?"
I had to actually go back because I was like, I remember because honestly, I thought it was Nick Grant that did it first, and I didn't even realize that was the same beat that Savvy the third did.
Yeah, I was like, "Wait, what?" Like I heard this,
and then I heard Rucci on it, and I was like,
fast forward to like, "Wait, I need to hear this beat again." It's the
I had
same
to go
shit.
back. So I'm with you on that.
But yeah, man. I thought that was creative. But yeah, man, that was our third installment for the Pure Rap Podcast album reviews. We'll probably be back with you guys with another one next Wednesday. We're gonna do a fan vote. We got a new episode this Monday. We're gonna have a special guest on that bitch too. It's episode 6. We got a special guest for y'all, so make sure to tune into that. Subscribe, leave comments on our YouTube channel, Pure Rap Podcast, Twitter and Instagram, Pure Rap Podcast. Give us a follow, share it to your friends. Even on all the platforms of our podcast like Spotify and Apple Podcasts, you can check us out at Pure Rap Podcast. So it's not that hard to look it up. All of our socials are pretty much the same name. It ain't changed up. So it's just Pure Rap Podcast. Just look that up and you're gonna find us. Keep it simple for you guys. Anything you guys want to plug in before we head out?
Stay tuned for the next show. And it's gonna be special. Yes.
And then we got a special guest, a close friend of ours, a San Diego native as well. So he's gonna be tuning in from where is he at? Albuquerque now?
I think he's at
New Mexico.
Where's that? New Mexico.
New Mexico. So maybe he'll get some New Mexico people in here.
For get some of them New Mexico views.
So stay tuned. This Monday.
I know it's the first day of Women's History Month too. So
first day of March.
probably
Yeah.
Yeah. So we'll
First
see.
of the month. We might be
a little bit more catered to that too.
be
So
talking about that. We'll be talking about that while we listen to Bone Thugs because it's the first of the month and we got rent to pay.
Get them.
first of the month.
First of the month.
Yeah. That was fun. So yeah, we'll get ready for the audience choice, which is going to be different. So we'll see what happens with that.
Yeah, interested in
And yeah,
what people are going to give us, man.
Yeah,
we're not stopping here. We're only getting bigger. So let's go.
Yeah, man. Well, thank you guys. Thanks for everyone that tuned in. Thank you, MCK and Darnell, for joining me tonight. Looking forward to our fourth album review and our sixth episode on Monday. So, yeah, stay safe and have a great night.
Man, Kev saying it like it's a date.
Looking forward to our date on Monday at 5 p.m. Pacific, 8 p.m. Eastern time.
You will be paying the bill too. You will be paying the bill too.
Special guest this Monday. Spread it to your friends, share it to your family. We're gonna be live. All right, y'all. Y'all stay safe and have a great night.